Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of You Ought to Know Live, seen and heard live every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the Hangout10.com network. Hey, it's a pleasure to be with you. I'm Dave Serio. A bunch of my friends are with me tonight. We're going to talk automobile repair. We're going to talk detailing. We're going to talk BG products and services maintenance, Jasper engines and transmissions, and who the heck knows what Craig's going to say. So it's all good stuff. We're glad to have everybody here tonight and looking forward to talking to you. First, we're going to introduce everybody real quick. I'm Dave Serio, host of the radio show You Ought to Know. It's heard every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. at daveserio.com and on 3 Baltimore and Maryland radio stations every Saturday morning. So join me, daveserio.com, every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. This week, by the way, we're going to be a live remote at Hunt Valley Horsepower, which is the automobile showcase. We have everybody out there bringing their cars for a little show and gathering, and that's at Hunt Valley Town Center in Hunt Valley, Maryland. And that is every Saturday morning, 8 to 10. We're going to be there because of Toys for Tots. We're going to be doing a benefit for Toys for Tots. Hope you get a chance to watch it on the show or come out and see us. First one up tonight was Dave Windward from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. Dave, real quick introduction. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I was the first one on. What do I win, Dave?
You get first to be announced. That's the only prize you get, mister. All right? You get ahead of Mike Lambert, which isn't easy, I'll tell you that.
That was my goal for the whole week.
Very good. Well, good to see you. You're from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. Thank you for the kind thing you did for us Monday. We reached a goal, which a lot of shops don't reach, and you came out and cooked steaks for all of my guys and myself, and it was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And I mean, that's the least I can do for you.
Well, it was great. We appreciate having you. So hang in there. We're going to come on back and see you in just a few minutes, okay?
Thank you.
All right. We have Mike Lambert from the Shine Shop. Good morning to you, Mr. Mike.
Good evening, Dave.
How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful.
Great. The Shine Shop, you are an extreme detailer. You take one car, usually one car per day, and take that bad boy and get it to what I say 100% correctness. You say 98% correctness, just to be modest. And then coat it with either a synthetic wax or a ceramic coating, and it protects for years and years.
Yes, sir. We've been real lucky, been very busy, so I can't complain about that at all.
And you've got your 2013 Challenger all in all black, just to prove how great that stuff works.
Well, it's awful dirty. I just just backed it in before the show started, so we worked on a Porsche Turbo today, so that's gone. So my car gets to stay inside for the night.
Very good. Nothing wrong with that. It'll be a surprise for the evening.
Yes, it certainly will.
All right, we'll be back with you in just a few moments, Mike.
Sure, no problem.
Craig Ship from Frederick.com, Hangout10.com, and the new MidAtlanticTV.com. How are you, Mr. Craig?
Hello, good. Good to be here.
Good to see you. So what are we promoting tonight, mister?
You said enough right there. I mean, they can go to my website, craigship.com, and there's links to all of my media. So I did a review on a couple of microphones today, so that's up on YouTube.
Very good. You emailed one of them to me. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet because I've been swamped since I talked to you, but I'm looking forward to it. And then we're going to meet up tomorrow at this crazy guy's place in Liberty Town. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll be right back with you, Craig, okay? All right, Brad Sanders is here. Brad from BG Products. BG Products is a company that supplies chemicals and also equipment to independent shops, dealers, and franchise shops in order to perform maintenance on automobiles easier, and they even offer a warranty. That covered pretty good?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Dave.
My pleasure, Brad. You're going to be going to Dallas next week, I hear.
Yes, I am. They're having an international sales conference for every single BG rep in the world.
Wow.
At the actual Dallas Hyatt. So we'll
I was
get to
say,
learn
I'm saying
about.
that's not going to be at a Holiday Inn, you know?
No. They apparently are doing it at the Hyatt, high end apparently this go around. So
Good deal.
we'll get to learn about all the new things they have in the upcoming year there.
All right. What dates is that?
It's next week. I'll be there from, I believe, Thursday through Sunday.
Okay. So you'll still be available next Tuesday?
I think I could make it next Tuesday.
Great. Okay. And then when you come back the following Tuesday, we'd like a complete update on all the new stuff that's out there for fun and frolic in BG land.
I'm going to make a list just for you guys.
All right. If you want some information on BG products, you're not familiar with what we're talking about, go to the website bgprod.com. That's B as in boy, G as in George, PROD.com. All right. We'll be right back with you, Mr. Brad. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, last but not least, Jose Bueso, one of the partners in Dynamic Automotive, 3 locations to serve you in the Frederick, Maryland area. Good afternoon, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening there, Dave. I'm doing well. How are you doing, sir?
Great. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. We're going to be at Crazy Man's place, Liberty Town location, tomorrow for a video shoot.
Yeah, we're going to produce a video with Todd Zimmerman starring. He's going to do some maintenance on a pickup truck. This is going to go well, I think. He's ready for it. He actually wants to clean up the shop in the morning, get it looking nice. We were trying to get it done tonight, but we were so busy we just couldn't touch it.
All right, well, we're glad to see that, and I'm looking forward to being there. Craig Shipp will be there, and that's all you need to know. You know, it's all good from there.
Yeah, this should be good. Now, Craig, are you going to be using your telephone, or are you going to be using regular video equipment for tomorrow?
We're gonna bring in a lot of gear, and we're gonna shoot yours with my other gear. But then after we're finished with your video, if we have time, we're gonna shoot something with Dave.
You got to show Dave the phone.
Using the phone.
If I drive my new Viper all the way up there, we're going to have time.
There you go. Well, yeah, and so we're going to shoot something with the iPhone, and we're going to use a couple of different mic options with it and demonstrate that. And because I'm really excited about that, because that's something that is scalable. That's something that anybody that has an iPhone, or I guess an Android phone, can get this gear and immediately start producing decent, high-quality videos. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that should be good. I think Dave, I think you're going to like what you see there with his phone and what he can do with that. Craig, you inspired Darlene to produce a small little video with her iPhone at the Urbana location last week. Unfortunately, she got obscene gestures from some of the employees.
She didn't get cooperation, from the talent.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the show went well then.
Yeah. Yep.
Classy guys you got working for you, Jose.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, well, let's get this show started. Let's talk with Mr. Dave Windward first. He was the first one up from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. And, of course, a lot of people in the industry know Jasper very well. You've been around for over 65 years. You do expert remanufacturing of engines, transmissions, differentials, transfer cases, and you even have a wide variety of other things that Jasper does. But what's great about the remanufacturing that you do is you also redesign. And that's what really makes the difference, because if an engine has a problem, duplicating that problem really doesn't do you much good.
Absolutely, Dave, and all the time, every day of my life.
As Dave froze for everybody, or just me?
Now he's gone.
Yeah, he's frozen.
All right. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. We can come back to Dave and see how he's doing. One thing that I do want to tell a story when he gets back. Can you hear us now, Dave?
Yeah, and am I live?
Yes, you are live now. Yeah, you froze and did the old YouTube, I mean, not YouTube, but Google freeze up. So it happens once in a while. But one thing that was amazing to me, and I don't know if you can hear me now, Dave. Say yes if you can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Even when you said that
All
was
right.
frozen, I could hear you.
Yeah, we had a situation with a customer that I did not install the engine. One of my advertisers did, and they installed an accurate remanufactured engine. This engine was installed a year ago. It was a 3.6 General Motors engine. And it failed because of the timing chain problem that unfortunately we've seen in some of these 3.6s. So they installed this accurate engine. Within 3 months, the engine failed. The timing chain broke. The engine was then sent back to Accurate. Accurate said that the engine had overheated and it wasn't under warranty, even though the customer said he had no evidence of any overheating. It was an instantaneous engine gone. So the company that installed it then paid Accurate to repair what was done and put back in. Within 4 months, the engine went up again.
Wow.
This time the gentleman towed it. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention. The first repair was a total of 9 months. And the advertiser of mine paid for a rental car for the guy for the entire 9 months.
Wow.
The rental bill was $8,000. Okay, now we're not done yet. Now the engine goes up again, but he doesn't want to take it back to them, so he calls me and has it towed to me. We take a look at it. We find the timing chain is broken, valves are bent, and we call Accurate. And we explain to them what's going on. They tell us it's going to cost us $150 each way to ship the engine. They will not send us a replacement engine. We have to ship them that engine, and they'll take care of it. They had that engine for 6 weeks. They stated once again that it had overheated. We checked the tabs before it left. That was not the case. But they said it overheated. They wanted to charge the customer $1,000 to repair the engine. I got the supplier, my advertiser, they volunteered to pay that $1,000 for the customer. Got the engine back. When I got the engine back, the same dark oil was still in the engine. They had replaced the timing chain and also replaced the cylinder head and left the oil in the engine. So we cleaned out the engine the best we could, put new oil in it, got it running. It made valve noise immediately upon startup. It now makes a valve noise every time upon startup. And the timing chain has been installed improperly, and it sets a check engine light for the timing chain.
Wow.
So that's your quality, David. I would say that would be the quality of the of your competitor there. So you have nothing to worry about. Can you still hear me, Dave?
He's gone.
Yeah, we may have lost him. So
you know,
it was
Dave,
a
I have to agree with your statements there. We've gone through similar scenarios at our shops where instead of dealing with a reputable remanufacturer like Jasper, we end up with a second-rate motor, and problems are just bound to occur like this, and it ends up being a nightmare, not only for the customer but for the shop owner and for everyone that's involved.
Yeah, it took them 2 weeks for them to check the engine that we shipped them.
That's ridiculous.
Under warranty. It took them 2 weeks. And then once they did that, then they gave us all the hoopla about that. Now get this. This is the most incredible part of it all. So I call these folks and tell them that the timing chain has not been installed properly. There are other parts problems available. I don't want to tear it apart, okay? When you send me an engine with the original oil in it, all right, I guarantee the bearings are damaged. But anyway, so I tell these people about the problem. And this is what the woman told me. You got to be ready for this because I did not believe what I heard. She said that the amount of money that Accurate Engines has spent on that engine under warranty has now exceeded the price that the company paid for it, so it's no longer under warranty.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Do you believe that?
Outrageous. Yeah.
So the 3-year unlimited mileage warranty is gone.
Yeah, verbally gone. Whatever's been written down, they're trying to sweep under the rug.
I mean, they got to be crazy anyway. They think I was going to send them the engine back. That wasn't going to happen.
So what happened? What was the
The
end
guy's still
result?
driving the vehicle, and now he's going to be talking with my advertiser.
Oh,
Yep.
boy.
Who, by the way, my advertiser has been instructed, and this was 2 months ago I instructed them, that if I hear that they install another engine from these folks, they're off the air.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So we'll see what
tough.
happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's make our way here. Let's see. We've got Mr. Mike Lambert from the Shine Shop. Good evening to you, Mr. Mike.
Evening, Dave. Nice to be here.
You too. It's good to have you here, sir. So what interesting cars have you worked on this particular week?
Oh, let's see. We'll start off with last Thursday. We did a 2010, I believe. What was the first year of the Challenger?
2009.
So it was a 2010 Challenger. Started out. It was the second year.
I'm not wondering how you got there, but okay, you know. What year was the first year? 2009. Yep, that's right. It was a 2010. Okay.
It was
that's the same year as my Challenger.
It started out as a SRT8 and is now a 426 supercharged Hemi.
Oh yeah.
Full race suspension and some mega automatic transmission to handle all that horsepower. It's running about 800 to the rear wheels.
Wow.
And
by the way, folks, we would like to show you a picture of the car, but some of you may have just eaten in the last hour, and we don't want to take a chance of any problems.
No, it's the gentleman's pride and joy.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Well,
I think I had pretty good taste, okay? But I am telling you, this car. Explain to these people what this car looks like.
Oh no, I'm not going there. You started.
Oh my goodness!
So.
He took a car that at one time was orange, Hemi orange, with flat black on the hood, and maybe on the roof. I'm not sure about that, but definitely on the hood.
The top of it was flat black.
Right, and the car got damaged. Okay, so he had to do a lot of work to the car. So he decided he was going to repaint the car, and this is what he came up with. He came up with an orange top and a flat black sides with wheels that American Racing, they were modified, that if American Racing saw these wheels, they would come out personally and scrape their name off the wheels.
No, that's not nice. It's a gentleman. He likes it. It's his pride and joy.
Mike.
It's not my style.
Mike.
But it's his.
I know you're a nice guy, and you know I'm not. But I'm telling you, was this car atrocious?
It's not my style. So,
it's a shame. It's a shame because it was a
we will move on
426 Hemi. Wow, the 426 Hemi was fantastic.
Oh, it is supercharged Hemi. So we did it last year for him and sent him to Mopar-Palooza, and he won second place overall. So we were happy with that. The story is coming back up 95, the hood latch blew off, and his shaker hood wound up on 95 somewhere. So that's how we made the changes.
Wow.
That's such a shame.
Friday we did a 2016 Hellcat, Challenger Hellcat. Very nice car. Had one issue with the hood that we found. He's going to have to go back and get a new hood. But he had a flat. He got an optional flat black hood, and apparently it had a small dent in it from wherever, and somebody rubbed on it to see if it was a dent or not, and that creates a shiny spot on matte black paint. So the only thing you can do with that is replace it, and so he's going back to the dealership for that. And then we did a.
What color is that car?
Red with red, the dark red, just plain red, not a pearl, with a black interior, with a brown interior and with black trim.
Did he get that from Heritage?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, it was. I forget who it was. It wasn't Heritage though, and it wasn't Stoller.
Okay. All right.
So then we did a 2015 Ford F350.
Oh boy, what are your favorites? An F350.
Love them.
Get the ladders out.
Exactly. So we did that, and then yesterday we did a I believe it was a 2016 Porsche Cayman GT4.
Okay.
And the difference between the regular Cayman and this is a Cayman body with a 911 GT3 drivetrain and suspension, Very, very hard to get. Very hard to get car.
And it's an all-wheel drive?
No.
Oh, I thought with a GT4, that's what it meant, all-wheel drive.
No. It's just rear-wheel drive, but it's a very difficult car to get. So he was real lucky to get that one. And then today we did a 911 Turbo, 2002, I'm sorry, which I am told if you're in the market for a Porsche, to get a turbo that's in the years of 2000 to 2003, because you can pick one up in a $25,000 to $30,000 range with relatively low mileage, and these cars have not started to go up yet. They figured that this is the one that's going to go up next. So you can get a really nice car cheap.
Yeah, if that's what you could have said about a year and a half ago about Panteras. They were on the 30 to 40,000 range, and I saw one advertised in Hemmings this month for 117,000.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's one that you could have got for 40,000 just a year and a half ago.
Yeah, the air-cooled turbos have probably tripled in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So these guys are real good. They know Porsche inside and out. They know how to buy a car for an investment. And they're like, this is the one to buy.
Yep.
So.
All right, Mike Lambert, 410-833-1632 is the phone number to contact you, and the website right on the lower third, theshineshopAutoDetailing.com. When we come back to you, we're going to have a tip of the week.
Yes, sir.
Or we're just going to why don't we just talk about Hunt Valley horsepower?
We can do that too, because then we won't argue about door shuts.
Okay, we won't do that. Okay. By the way, I call them door jams. Mike calls them door shuts. I've never heard him called door shuts in my life. All right, let's go on over to BG Products, Mr. Brad Sanders. How are you, Brad?
I'm doing well, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Good. You're a representative for BG Products, which means you go around to independent shops, franchise shops, and dealers and hawk your wares, as they say. Supply them with the BG products. Give some of the services, the more popular services that BG supplies chemicals and equipment for.
We provide equipment and chemicals for all the different fluids for your vehicle. So whether that be your transmission fluid, power steering fluid, brake fluid, coolant, as well as some different products for your oil to help supplement your oil, as well as cleaning out your vehicle's fuel system with a fuel induction service or fuel injection service, cleaning intake valves, cleaning injectors, and down throughout the intake valves, the tops of the pistons, so on and so forth.
Now we're hoping that when you go down to Dallas that we're going to be getting some more information on direct injection, something that's been around for the last 6 or 7 years and has definitely raised some problems in the industry because the injectors don't get sprayed on, the valves don't get sprayed on by the injectors in direct injection, and we're seeing a quick buildup of contamination on valves. So hopefully you'll have some information for us, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that BG's known about for several years now. With the injectors going straight into the combustion chamber, there's no gasoline spray on the actual intake valve, so you're getting dirty air, dirty PCV vapors coming back through the intake, and it's causing a massive amount of carbon that builds up, and it just becomes so rock solid that any sort of cleaner you use, whether it's from BG products or from anyone, is not enough to treat it and to clean it off correctly like you would want a brand new intake valve to look like. So we've come out previously with a 3-step process that you use when you do an oil change that will help minimize that carbon from building up, but you have to use it each and every single oil change. And one of the issues we found obviously with that is not everyone does it every single oil change. So to come up with some sort of service, an induction style service, that at 40, 50, 60,000 miles where they've got such a large amount of carbon on that intake valve, you can try to clean it off, so that it looks, like it was when it was new. So hopefully we'll find out more about that when I am at Dallas.
And the other problem is that is preventive maintenance. That's not a cure for the problem if the people already have it.
Exactly. So.
Right. Well, it's interesting because Toyota came out with an interesting design when they realized they had this problem. They started putting 2 fuel injectors per cylinder, one to actually put fuel into the engine, and the other just to spray fuel onto the valves.
Yeah, I've heard of a few manufacturers doing that. I think Subaru might be another one that does that. That's good and all until you have an injector issue, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so BG Products, what's the best place for people to find out more about BG Products and how they can maintain your car?
Probably our main website, bgprod.com. Or if you're looking for some videos, we have bgams.com, which is Automotive Maintenance Services. And you can see some of the services we have with before and after pictures, as well as what each and every single one does.
And by the way, BG offers a warranty. If you get your vehicle serviced for the first time, transmission fluid exchanges, cool exchanges, things like that before 75,000 miles, BG offers a lifetime warranty as long as you do these services every 30,000 miles. So it's a great deal. It's no extra charge, and you can warrant your engine and transmission.
Absolutely. We actually offer it for all the services. So not only your engine and your transmission, but your fuel system, your power steering system, brake, differential, coolant. As long as you start with before 75,000 miles, and
Gotcha.
then follow our recommended interval, which for most of the services is every 30,000 miles.
Very good. Well, Brad, good to have you here. We're going to come back to you and talk to you in just a little bit, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. We're going to go to Craig Shipp. Craig Shipp's an entrepreneur, to say the least. He's got a lot of different websites going on, but the reason for his popularity in the website industry is he was one of the first to harness a local area, Frederick, Maryland, and he has come up with, in the last 17 years, probably the most popular site in the country for a particular town or area. Frederick.com is hellacious, to say the least. And you do a nice job with it, Craig.
It's a fun project, and the nice thing about it is it's a lot of local businesses that have band together to have a place where they can all be found. And what we really want to start pushing now is the business-to-business aspect of it. We want these businesses now to start doing business with each other and find each other on the site and network with each other. I mentioned Jose when I met with him the other day. If you're going out to a restaurant, we got tons of restaurants listed in the site. Find one there and go there, and then let them know who you are. Tell them you own Dynamic Automotive. You got 3 locations. You're on Frederick.com as well, and so introduce each other and start doing business. And I guarantee you, when those folks need their car serviced or whatever, they're probably going to remember you.
Yeah.
So it's just a natural thing to add on to what we're doing. Just get everybody doing business with each other.
It's actually a networking website.
Exactly, and it's a nice, convenient way to do it because you just go to that A to Z business directory across the top. You need a plumber, click on P, click on plumbers, and find somebody there. And we've got a lot
funny
of.
that you go click on plumbers and you click on P. Yeah, that's funny. I like that.
But it's so easy to do that when I need something, I use it myself. I mean, it's just convenient. And a lot of times when you do a Google search, a lot of the results you get are not really relevant. They're not really what you're looking for. And a lot of the mom and pop businesses aren't going to come up there because they're not spending the money to come up on Google. So you might not find them at all there, and yet they might be the best service for what you're looking for. And you're going to find them on Frederick.com.
All right, talk about MidAtlanticTV.com. What you doing on that?
I'll tell you what, the latest thing, I'm going to hold this up. This is a little kit that I put in this plastic bag here of a little microphone that plugs right into an iPhone or an Android phone. I've got a little tripod mount here. I've even got a little fuzzy thing for if you're in a windy environment, you know, you need to knock down that wind noise. A little kit. With this little kit, and then you'd need a tripod as well, and then you'd need, of course, your iPhone. You could literally set up anywhere and do a stand-up. Let's say you were at a car show or something, right? You could just set up and do a stand-up and do an interview with somebody next to you or whatever. And then you can take the same iPhone and go around with the same tripod and shoot some little B-roll clips of different things that you talked about. Let's say you talked about some wire wheels or something. Shoot a little B-roll of that. Let's say you talked about the interior of the car. Shoot a little 5-second clip of that. And then you can literally cobble together a decent-looking video right there on that iPhone. And if you have the new iPhone, you can do it in 4K Ultra HD video, so it's future-proofed content.
Okay.
So I put up one yesterday. I put a link in the chat. I was playing around with a friend of mine here who's a singer, and we shot a video here using the iPhone. And if I didn't tell you we shot that with an iPhone and you were to just watch that video, you would probably swear we had a 4 or 5 camera setup and professional audio and so on and so forth. You would never dream that that video was shot with an iPhone.
Very good. Well, I'll tell you,
So,
technology is incredible nowadays, what we can do. And, of course, you can get all that up on YouTube or anywhere else on the web.
and you can upload it straight from the phone. You can edit the 4K video and upload the 4K video straight from the phone right up onto YouTube.
That's
So
amazing.
you don't even need to have a computer capable of editing 4K, which a lot of the computers don't have enough horsepower for that.
Right.
But you don't need it if you do it right on the phone.
Exactly. Well, very good, Craig. CraigShip.com is the place to go for all of the websites that Craig's involved with and also helpful hints. Thank you, sir. We'll be right back with you. Jose Bueso. How you doing, Jose?
Doing well, thank you. Doing well.
Right. Let's give out the 3 locations that Dynamic Automotive has.
Sure. Dynamic Automotive has 3 locations in Frederick County. I'm at the Liberty Town store, and if you want to have your car serviced here, car or truck, my phone number is 301-694-6250. Our original location is in Newmarket, Maryland. That phone number at that location is 301-694-5460, and you'll talk to the lovely Sarah or my partner Lee over there at that location. And then our third location, which is right off of Route 270 in Urbana, Maryland, that phone number is 301-874-8833. And you'll get a hold of either Jason or Ken or Big Bobby Allen. Now that location boasts a 4-bay quick lube facility, a 9-bay repair shop, and Mike Lambert's most favorite car shop around, a 60-foot soft cloth tunnel car wash, and that stays open 7 days a week, and that stays pretty busy all the time.
Very good. All right. Well, you've got a lot of things going on in your shop recently, too, I'm sure, because business has been pretty good. What's the most you've seen in the last week or so?
Well, we've got a lot of suspension work coming in the door, and I've seen tie rod ends, ball joints, upper control arms for whatever reason. We've had some Ford products in here that have the heavy duty 350s, the F350s, the sleeves stripping off of the drag links and coming apart. They have a tendency to rust apart, and we have to replace those from time to time. We've also seen our share of brake lines and fuel lines rusting out, and we're having to replace those.
Jose, we want to take a moment right now and thank the state of Maryland for all of the salt they use throughout the year to keep our vehicles in good shape.
They are stimulating the economy, aren't they?
Last year, they started pre-treating, and we love that.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes,
They
very good for
pre-treat our
business.
portions.
Yeah. We
I missed all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
a shame.
Yeah, he goes down south for the winter. He's a snowbird. Yep. Yeah. But we're ramping back up. We did experience a little slowdown end of September, which is typical. Usually we see a slowdown end of August, beginning of September when school comes back into play and the Frederick Fair goes on. This year it was about 2 weeks late. For 1 week we were rather slow, but then it just ramped right back up.
Good. Very good. All right, well, dynamicautomotive.net is the place to go on the web. You can find out about all 3 of Jose's locations, and we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, too. That should be a lot of fun. By the way, we do use Jasper products, and we love the BG products, too. We do full services at all 3 locations. Thank you.
Very good. And BG products, by the way, you even do on Sundays at the Urbana location. You can do BG services while people wait.
Yes, we in the Quick Lube, we'll do the BG services.
Very good.
Before you move
All right,
on,
thank you.
Before you move on, Dave, can Jose go through real quick what he's going to go over on this fall service thing that we're going to do, the video we're going to do, or do you know the points you're going to make?
Yes, we're actually going to perform a safety maintenance, a safety inspection on your vehicle. We're going to check the battery. We're going to check the lights, the wipers, the tires. We're actually going to do a brake inspection on the vehicle also. We're going to change the oil. All the things that kind of go along with the safety inspection, along with the hoses and the belts. Going to make sure that the vehicle is good for the cold weather.
Very good. Well, thank you, Jose. Appreciate it, buddy.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dave.
All right, we'll be back with you in just a few moments. Back with Dave Windward. You may be muted at this time, Dave, so you may want to unmute yourself if that's the case. So it's good to have you back, sir. You were having a little bit of internet problems.
Yeah, do I sound okay right now?
Sound great, buddy. Sound great.
I literally went upstairs and there were 6 devices connected to my wireless internet.
Okay, so you chastised the family, locked them in a closet, and here you are.
Yeah. So we'll see if that helps. But
okay.
what I appreciated about your story about that other engine company, and one of the things I wanted to bring up is sometimes Jasper is a little bit more, but you had mentioned the updates, and the updates is great. That it's going to help the product last longer. But we've done a lot of things and spent a lot of efforts and money into our testing program, and we pre-test. I'm going to say about 98 to 99% of every unit, transmissions, and engine that leaves the factory. And I was looking at a diesel engine just today in a Ford Excursion 6.0 diesel, where you have to take the entire body off the frame. And I'm looking at that engine, and I stuck my finger in the oil, and we used that ultraviolet dye to even check for leaks. And I felt very confident that I know that that engine ran and it was perfect before it left our factory. Because you talk about a labor-intensive job, I don't know if that's 30-plus hours to replace that engine. And when you're looking at a manufacturer like us that has to pay the labor, we don't want to have to pay a 30-hour labor claim. And if you get too many of those, and it would definitely affect your bottom line. So we want to make sure that everything's pre-tested, and that does cost money. But we're not going to send stuff out the door rolling the dice like a lot of these other companies do.
I hear you. Very good. Do you have a video for us this evening?
Yes, I do, and I'll see if I can get this thing to play if I have enough.
All right.
I've been
enough bandwidth.
David, while you're doing that, did you just say that you cover both the engine replacement and the labor to replace it if there's a warranty issue?
Absolutely.
You do.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, and like in the situation with this full-bodied Ford Excursion diesel, the whole body has to come off the vehicle. So you're disconnecting a lot of the brake components and all the electrical components, fuel, and lifting that thing up. And yeah, you're talking about some serious time. And a lot of shops are upwards of $100 an hour, and at a 30-hour job, you can do the math. Let me correct that right now. Unless there's a special type of warranty paid, they don't pay the $100 an hour, but they do pay an hourly rate that is fair under the circumstances. And I'm glad you brought that up, because we do have a premium service policy, and it's for $130. We'll pay the $95 an hour labor rate. So that's something you can offer to your customers, or they can buy that on their own. They have 30 days from the time they purchase the product to include that. So that can help out too. But hopefully you never have to use it. That's what we're trying to accomplish. All right, so how are we doing on the video? Let's see. Let me see if I can get this going. All righty. Oh, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Let's see. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Eric Bakke. I work for the Gas Engine Quality Department. Here we're looking at the test stand here where we live run all of our gas engines. This particular engine here is a 3.1 liter. Our process here is after we run the unit to 145-degree oil temperature, we monitor the oil pressure, we monitor the engine vacuum, and the gauge is behind me. Then as the process is finished there, we shut the engine down, and then we do a black light check. And I've got a black light here in my hand. I'm sure everyone's seen these here. It's a similar process as what you have in your own shop with a small amount of dye that goes into your oil system. Here it's metered into a 55-gallon drum and pumped through the system on a daily basis. As you can see here, we can go around and check for any type of external leaks along oil pans, along the rear seal after they pull the flywheel back. This particular application here, we can actually see leakage coming out of this oil line plug here in the back. So we give it a thorough examination. We'll actually lift the engine up out of the card here that's on here and look at the bottom of the pan, make sure you don't have any cracks. Just do a double check on everything possible that could have an oil leak. This assures that every engine is built to quality standards and a perfect product every time.
Very good, Dave. Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
One of the reasons, I'll be real quick, that I wanted to share that video is over 10 years old. And
Wow.
yeah, so when he was pointing to those vacuum gauges behind him, that has completely been eliminated with a computer feedback program that uses computer sensors. It's getting to the point where the computer will actually shut down the test if everything of the parameters aren't correct. So
Just remarkable is they just fixed that 3.1 liter engine now, and it just got shipped out yesterday.
yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, we've been doing this for decades as far as testing the engines, and that's an old video, but I'd like to bring that back up to show that what we were doing back then, still most of the remanufacturers are not doing now.
Very good. All right, mister. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll be back in just a few moments, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Mike Lambert from the Shine Shop. We've got information this Saturday. We're going to be at Hunt Valley Horsepower.
Yes, sir. It's good. This is the last big one for the year. It's for Toys for Tots. So if you want to come out, bring a new unwrapped toy. That means don't play with it when it's at your house.
And Hunt Valley Horsepower is located at the Hunt Valley Town Center. For those of you that live in Maryland, most people know where that is. It's in Hunt Valley, Maryland, Cockeysville area, and it's right on Shawan Road. It's spelled S-H-A-W-A-N, Shawan Road, right between Interstate 83 and York Road, Route 45. And you guys meet there every Saturday morning between 8 and 10, usually between 300 and 400 cars easily. Now we're expecting maybe 1,500 to 2,000 cars this Saturday.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good show, and it's supposed to be a little chilly, but no rain, so that's good.
Little chilly. Do you know it could be 35 degrees there Saturday morning when we get there?
I'm trying not to think about that.
Long undies, I'm telling you, in October. Get me out of this state. Jeezy peasy. But, yeah.
It should be good. Yeah, the big ones everybody usually comes out for. You get a lot more cars than what usually there every weekend, but it's Hunt Valley Horsepower has become the largest cars and coffee type gathering in the United States.
That's amazing.
They shut down the one in California in Van Nuys or in Irvine. They shut that down because Ford didn't want all the people on their property. So now we've become the largest, and as of last week, they were well over 11,000 cars for this year.
Jeez, that is incredible. That's great.
For 2 hours every Saturday morning for 2 hours. That's it.
Will does a great job. He was invited this evening, but I guess he couldn't make it. But he does a great job with Hunt Valley Horsepower. And we want to remind everybody, it's no charge all the time to go to Hunt Valley Horsepower. But this week, we would love you to bring an unwrapped new gift for the Toys for Tots. The Marines are going to be there. They're going to have their special huge Army truck to put the toys in. It's going to be a great event.
Yeah, and most of the time in these special events, you'll see some of the sponsors bring out some of the top-of-the-line cars. Algar Ferrari is the sponsor now, and McLaren of Philadelphia is there, and Stoller and BMW of Taos, and they always bring out the latest and the greatest when they have a big show. So it'll be pretty impressive, and you'll see 35 Nissan GTRs parked next to each other, and Hellcats. There'll be a dozen Hellcats parked next to each other. So you'll see things you don't really get to see other than magazines.
Very good. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Mike. We appreciate it very much, buddy.
My pleasure.
All right. Good crowd tonight. Let's go back to Mr. Brad Sanders. And, Brad, any final statements about BG products and the stuff that's going on in the industry right now?
Just that we have a protection plan like you were talking about for all the services that we provide. There's 2 tiers of coverage. Getting any one of the services done between 0 and 36,000 miles qualifies you for Tier 1 coverage. Tier 1 coverage is going to allow you to have up to $2,000 of repairs for your transmission and $4,000 in repairs on any of the other components I listed, such as your engine, power steering system, cooling system, brake, and differentials. We also have Tier 2 coverage, which was getting any one of those services done between 36 and 75,000 miles for the first time, and that coverage amount will be half. So it would be $1,000 for your transmission, $2,000 for everything else. So it's a nice added benefit for getting the service done, and you're looking to prolong the life of your vehicle by investing in preventative maintenance. And we stand behind our product. So if something were to fail over the next 30,000 miles, we'll step in and we'll pay for up to that amount in repairs.
Now, we do need to make sure that people realize that once they have that service done before the 36,000 or the 75,000 mile mark, they do have to maintain their car and continue to do those services every 30,000 miles.
Exactly. So that coverage will last for 30,000 miles. But if they'd like to keep that coverage, all they have to do is have the service done again and follow our recommended interval, and that will actually last for the life of the vehicle. It's a lifetime protection plan, so there's no mileage cutoff dates or anything like that.
Right. BG protected for, let me see,
life.
For life. Yeah, for life.com. Exactly. The 4 is a number 4.
The number 4.
I don't know who does your websites. BG needs a little bit of history on that. They got to make things easier, you know. But yeah, BG.
I'll let them know it when I go to Dallas.
There you go. Find out who did that, drag them to the side, and say, "Hey, Dave says make them easier." You know.
I'll let them know.
Thank you very much, Brad. Appreciate you joining us. Look forward to talking to you next week, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right. Let's get back to Jose Bueso from Dynamic Automotive. Jose, it's time to say goodnight. We thank you very much for joining us. And what do you have coming up tomorrow besides the shoot? Anything at all? You're going to close the shop down for us or what?
Well, between 1 o'clock and the time we finish, it's going to be all about the video.
Okay.
Later on that day, I have a career and technology meeting, and Thursday we go into the mainframe of the career and technology and educational meeting. So this week is all about school, the Board of Ed in Frederick County for me, and I stay involved with that quite consistently.
Very good. Glad to hear that, buddy. I'm involved with the Harford County school system up in our area, so it's very rewarding.
It is, yes. And that I find it a very good, feel-good, worthy occupation to be involved with these guys, and you see some real superstars in high school coming up.
Yep. And you got to raise money for the high school band for the car show this year.
Right, which was a pleasure to do. They performed marvelously, and we're going to be part of another get-together with them later on this season.
Sounds good. Well, we're going to say our goodbyes. I want to remind everybody that I'm Dave Serio, host of the radio show You Ought to Know. Again, heard every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the website daveserio.com. And don't forget, we're going to be live this Saturday morning from 8 to 10 there, but we'll be there 7 to 11 for the whole 4 hours. But the 8 to 10 is the show, and that's at Hunt Valley Horsepower. If you want to find out more, go to horsepowering.com. That's horsepowering.com. On behalf of Mike Lambert from the Shine Shop, 410-833-1632, and the website, theshineshopAutoDetailing.com. Thank you, Mike, for joining us.
My pleasure, Dave. Thank you.
All right. Dave Windward from Jasper Engines. Go to jasperengines.com. And Dave, we look forward to talking to you very soon.
Thank you, Dave.
All right. Craig Ship from craigship.com, frederick.com, and hangout.com, which brings you this show every Tuesday evening. Craig, thank you very much for being with us.
Well, thank you, and I'll see you mañana.
You got it, buddy. Brad Sanders from BG Products. To find the closest BG dealer to you, go to the website bgfindashop.com. That's the letter B, the letter G, findashop.com. Thanks for being with us, Brad.
Hey, thanks for having me, Dave.
All right. I'm Dave Serio. Everybody have yourself a good day. Oh, Jose Bueso. We can't forget Jose. 301-694-6250.
That's correct. Thank you,
Dave.
Dave.
Thanks for my memory. Thank you, buddy. DynamicAutomotive.net. Thanks, Jose.
My pleasure.
All right. On behalf of Dave Serio and, of course, the radio show You Ought to Know, we thank you for joining us for YouAutoKnowLive.com. If you were watching us on archive, we thank you, but we'd love to have you join us live next Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Have yourself a great evening. Part of the Hangout10.com network. This is Dave Serio for You Ought to Know Live.